Welcome to the Desert on Deck podcast with your hosts, Santi'd and Zaydar. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Desert on Deck. We got a lot of great things cooking up as of this recording. We are about 20 minutes away from the opening of the World Baseball Classic. But first, before we get into it with my co-host Santi'd, we'd like to pay our condolences to former umpire Bruce Fromming. He died at 86 recently, and he held the record for the most no-hitters called by an umpire in his career. Who's very no nonsense, and of course, pay our condolences to his family. But with that out of the way, we are moving on to today's episode. So, Santa, what do you think? What do you got for us today so far?
Well, I got some shocking news. I know Zaydar that you and me, we love the women of California. So it was obviously heartbreaking when we found out that during a game at Dodger Stadium, a woman was hit by a buzz ball, and now she's suing the Los Angeles Dodgers. So obviously, very tragic news there, and of course, even more tragic news coming out unfortunately, y'all, Alek Manoah has talked a big game about him being a part of the Blue Jays' World Series run. Right after I recorded the last Desert on Deck, I praised Alex Manoah. At least I think I did. And immediately after that, I read that he says that he had a part in the Blue Jays' run to the World Series. Zaydo, what do you think about that? Do you think Alec did big panda, big man Alek Manoah? He had something to do with that Blue Jays run?
Well, I think if he went to church and he prayed for the Blue Jays, I think he definitely had his hand in their successful run right there. But other than that, I'm not sure exactly what he can say about his run and how much impact he actually had on that incredible success they had, you know?
Well, I think he actually did them a favor. He did. They no longer had to spend money on catering. They could actually spend it on the team, and of course, they did that by getting Dylan Cease and Tyler Rogers, and then losing to the Dodgers to get Kyle Tucker. But let's just get on with that. I think we're getting off track. Obviously, we have a new look here because we're green. Because guess what's coming up? Guess what is starting in 20 minutes? Like Jadar said, the World Baseball Classic is here, and literally, we are so excited. I'm literally super excited. I mean, last year, the 2023 World Baseball Classic was probably some of my favorite baseball I've ever watched. And of course, this year the teams look awesome, simply awesome.
Yeah, we got some crazy pools in here, and we'll definitely keep you up to date on that, folks. But yeah, today's teams are stacked like no other. In previous years, teams were just getting used to finding their international players, but now they're getting the hang of it, and we got some crazy players coming around. Except Puerto Rico's been kind of hit hard. They've lost a lot of star players. Like who do you got that they lost so far?
Well, they lost Javi Baez, right? Yeah, they lost Javi Baez. They lost Francisco Lindor. They couldn't get Lindor. There's someone else I'm missing. They got Diaz. They
Carlos
had
Correa.
Correa.
Can't forget
Man, who
Carlos
cares? Who
Correa.
cares about Carlos Correa?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess they lost those three. Javi Baez was not due to insurance. They just lost him because he failed a drug
I think
test.
that
He
was
got had a little bit of that.
I was gonna say that's marijuana use, right?
Yeah, marijuana use. He had a
Yeah.
little bit of that marijuana in his veins, and they didn't like that. They said you're not allowed to play. But the other things, let's get serious here. Insurance has been an issue in this World Baseball Classic. A lot of players have wanted to play in the World Baseball Classic, but yet they're not. They're not playing because either the team declines, but for the team to decline, guess who has to decline first? The insurance. Now, I actually watched a video on this made by Baseball Doesn't Exist, and a great channel. Go check them out. You probably already do. But obviously, it seems like MLB has a deal with insurance companies, right? And if the insurance company denies um, paying for the players, because here's the situation: if a player was to get hurt during the World Baseball Classic, let's say Edwin Diaz got hurt during the World Baseball Classic again, the MLB would have to pay the full player salary for the amount of time that player is gone to the team. And of course, that's gonna get expensive, especially with people like Edwin Diaz and Aaron Judge. So that would get really expensive. And So insurance obviously wants to be cheap, and they don't want the players out there. They don't want to pay the players, so the teams aren't gonna let. So of course teams aren't gonna get paid back for if a player gets hurt. So obviously they're not gonna let their players play. And I think this is just not very fun for us baseball fans. What about you, Zadar? What do you think?
No, and they are denying us the satisfaction of watching a lot of our superstars play. We've lost already Francisco Lindor, even though he got injured. Beside the fact, right?
Yeah, he got
And
he.
I guess if you're twins,
So
yeah, he did break
basically, and
a
it was
bone in his hand.
crazy. Sorry to interrupt, but he was actually named the captain, I think, of Puerto Rico, and then they told him he couldn't play like in like December. December they decided to like not let him play.
Never mind.
Right? I think
The nerve.
the
Yeah, something
nerve.
like that.
Yeah,
And yeah, Puerto Rico lost a couple of guys. I know Otani is barred from pitching. They
yeah,
say that it's because we want to preserve him and ramp him up well, but I'm pretty sure part of it at least has to be the insurance. I mean, getting paid a ton.
yeah,
Even though it's deferred, he's still got one of the second largest contract in sports
hmm,
history. So I
yeah,
think we all know that there's some reason behind that tied to insurance.
yeah,
And just insurance is just killing us right now. I know a lot of even the smaller teams, like Team Panama, lost one of I think, their catchers because of insurance, and they're one of their best relievers. So these teams are suffering from it, and their chances of competing with the tougher teams like Team USA are hurting right now. So I don't know what I think because that's rough. That insurance is totally killing certain parts of the classic.
Well, I think
Know what I
what
mean? Like, what do you?
I think. Sorry to interrupt. My God, we are off
Yeah.
timing. We're very excited, folks. We're super excited for this classic. We just gotta get this stuff. I think, and I saw this in the same video. FIFA doesn't like pays a little bit of like the players' salaries for the World Cup, but they also force the players to play in the World Cup. Um, I think the MLB should do that. I think the MLB should do that. I think in the next whatever they do, the next bargaining or whatever the hell it is, whatever
Yeah,
like
CBA,
the
collective bargaining
CBA.
agreement.
Thank you. Collective bargaining agreement. I think the players need to do something that says, "Hey, let us let the teams the teams are not going to force us to not sit out the World Baseball Classic. We want to go play in the World Baseball Classic." And I think especially since now the World Baseball Classic is a bigger deal than it was maybe back in like 2017. And that's because now everyone wants to play, everyone loves the tournament, everyone but mainly here people in the US because people in the US are stubborn and they think that this is just an exhibition game, but everyone else in the world, right? We saw it in Japan. Crazy crowds are coming out to just exhibition games, right? And the Dominican Republic, oh my god. They're going crazy out there for this team. So I think the more and more this classic goes on, the more and more people understand how like big this classic is, and I think that's really cool. I think that's really awesome, and it's really cool for us because we get to see the best players represent their countries. This is our FIFA World Cup, you know.
Yeah, it's for us, baseball fans. We want to see this, and after Mexico had that deep run to the semifinals and barely got kicked out in that heartbreaker against Japan, baseball exploded in Mexico. The last Caribbean series, we got to see from up here what the rivalries look like. It really is tight. Baseball's exploding into Mexico. They're becoming like a mini DR in terms of baseball fandom. This World Baseball Classic is doing more than I could have probably foreseen, possibly. It is making baseball way more popular than it was before. It is expanding it in such a good way. And yeah, I think I agree with you. Players do need to do something to get exactly those superstars they want. And even for their own satisfaction, if you're a good enough player, you deserve to go out there and rep your country's flag on your jersey. And yeah, I think I agree with you 100% that players need to do something in the next CBA to be able to go out there. You know?
Exactly. So let's take an eye. We're talking about the World Baseball Classic. We haven't really talked about the teams. So let's talk about the teams. Let's talk about the most scariest team on the in the pool. You want to know who I think the scariest team in the World Baseball Classic is?
I totally want to hear this. What do you got?
You know, you're not gonna believe it. It is the scariest team in the World Baseball Classic is obviously Great Britain. I mean, how is anyone going to compete against Jack Anderson and Brandon Beck? And don't even get me started on Tristan Beck. Oh my God! And let me tell you something, brother. Jazz Chisholm Jr. and that's it. Yeah, that's really it. Oh man, you only got Rodas Chapman. Like so, getting serious. This just shows the how crazy the World Baseball Classic is. Cause then I look over at the Dominican Republic, and I see Christopher Sanchez, Luis Severino, Austin Wells. I didn't even know he was Dominican, but okay. We see Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Junior Caminero, Manny Machado, Ketel Marte, Ahmed Rosario. This is a crazy team right here. So when I talk about when we're thinking, right? Because obviously we're thinking who's the best team right now in the World Baseball Classic. I don't know. Um, Man, there's like I can name you like three good teams: the Dominican Republic, Japan, and the not the Dodgers, the USA. I feel like you can agree with me on that one.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you there. I think I think one that's maybe not quite in that caliber, but would be next up right beneath them is Team Venezuela. They've got Acuna. I think that at least Acuna does something for them.
Yes.
But yeah, Classic is kind of forcing teams to get creative. And I'm reading here that with Great Britain, most of the players that play for Britain right now are from Jamaica because of its like ties to the Kingdom of England of Great Britain. And apparently, even though Roldis Chapman's grandfather is from Jamaica, his grandparents are from Jamaica, they kind of just denied him for some reason. They just decided that he wasn't English enough, you know? So it's kind of random. I think Austin Barnes only made it because his mother was part
Yes.
Mexican.
Yes.
So it
Um.
really is weird.
So you talked about Team Valenzuela. The outfield is Willa Abreu, Orlando Acuna Jr., and Jackson Chirio. And then the infield is Luis Arias, Wilson Contreras, Andres Jimenez, and fucking Suarez, Gino, Gleyber Torres, and Ezequiel Tovar. And they have Salvador Perez and William Contreras catching. And they have Ranger Suarez there. And I mean, dude, this is like a team that you think is like behind the, like these are some crazy teams. Like Venezuela has a crazy good team. My God. Right. Let's see how
Yeah, they are
Canada's
putting a
doing.
strong squad out there.
Canada, oh my God.
Yeah,
Oof.
they have the
Can-
Naylor brothers.
yeah, they have the Naylor brothers, and that's it. Oh, Tyler O'Neill, I guess. But yeah, Tyler O'Neill's a real needle
Oh,
mover.
yeah, he actually is good.
Yeah.
Wait, we have to go back to Great Britain because we can't forget about Dodgers all-time legend Trace Thompson.
Oh my God, you're right. Dodgers all-time legend Trace Thompson. I love you. Follow me back on Twitter. Yep, number 28, right there. So Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Trace Thompson might carry the team. Might carry Great Britain to the win. And of course, we have to talk about the super overrated Japanese team. Let's let's take a look at the super overrated Japanese team as they have Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I mean, who's even that? You know, who to attack Shashi? My God, I cannot say any of these. Oh, Yusi Kazuki, from the I think I
Yusei
butchered that.
Kikuchi, yes.
Yusi Kazuki.
Well, it's because he's an angel.
Well, yeah, he's an angel, of course. I mean, the holiest team in the world. They have a bunch of catchers. I bet they're probably pretty good. I don't know. Oh, the White Sox legend Murakami on there.
Oh,
Uh,
we can't forget about that, like that Shohei Ohtani guy everybody keeps
oh yeah,
talking
no one
about.
cares about Shohei Ohtani though. Everyone's here for Shea Suzuki. Um,
Oh, yes.
everyone's there. And then of course we took a team Cuba. God, they got
Cuba was
nobody.
also hit hard by this insurance thing. Oh, they got Alexei!
I don't think
Alexei Ramirez coming back 20 years later.
Lexi Ramirez. Wow. Team Colombia. Did I look at Team Colombia already? No. Let's take a look at Team Colombia. Oh, the guy from the Athletics. At least I think he's from the. I remember him from the Athletics. Gio.
Yeah,
Gio.
yeah,
Yeah.
Gio Urshela.
Is he still on the A's? Or...
I don't even know where he is at this point, man.
Because I remember he was on
He
the
was
A's.
like an angel. He's all over the place.
Yeah, he's like one of those people. Let's talk about the team that's gonna take it all. Team Mexico. Viva la Mexico. Viva Mexico. All right. We have Jesus Cruz. Nobody beating him. And we have Andres Munoz, the greatest closer in baseball. Mm-hmm. Alejandro Kirk.
Mm.
Do not watch the 2025 World Series and who was the final out of that. Ignore that. That's Alejandro Kirk. We have Luis Urias. We have Nick Gonzalez. We even have Joey Menendez.
Wait, they're bringing him back?
Yeah, Mr. from the Oakland A. So he's a pal of mine. He's a good friend of mine. All-time great, Jaron Duran, and Mexico all-time great, Randy Arozarena. Oh my God,
Randy. I'm having flashbacks to that last classic.
Oh my God, I love Randy
Yes.
Arozarena. So, of course, let's talk about the real powerhouse here. We're really blue balling you off. But don't worry, we're gonna talk about Team Israel next. Don't worry, I got you. Harrison Bader. What? He's on this team?
Yeah, he's on this team.
Harrison Bader. He's from Israel?
No, I think he's got some sort of Israeli descent. No, and of course that counts if you're like 1% Israeli.
Oh, he was born in New York. You know what? That's fair. He is from Israel. I mean, I don't see anything very. I see something super Israeli of living in New York. But anyways, let's talk about the real deal. Oh wait, have we checked out Puerto Rico yet? I don't think so. No. Oh, the pitching. They probably. Oh, Edwin Diaz on there, of course. Edwin Diaz, Nola Arenado.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's really God. They ruined the infield. Outfield, Matthew Lucas, Eddie Rosario, Dodger killer,
Tells you exactly how much they're missing from this insurance thing.
My God, insurance screwed over. Oh, Vansway screwed over Jose Altuve, but Jose Altuve screwed over Jose Altuve. So whatever. United States. Let's take a look here. We're gonna know everyone on here. So we all know David Bednar, right?
Yeah, David Bednar. He's a Yankee.
Matthew Boyd, Garrett Clevenger, Clay Holmes, Griffin Jacks, Brad Keller, Nolan McLean, Mason Miller, Paul Skeens, Derek Screwball, Gabe Springer, Ryan Yarbrough, Garrett Whitlock, Logan Webb, and Michael Watka.
Ooh, this is a team.
This is a team, and I guess they also have a guy named Clayton Kershaw. I don't know. He's just an MVP. My God, this team is stacked. I would. Kyle Riley and Will Smith are our catchers. Alex Bregman, Ernie Clement, Paul Goldschmidt. Why is he here? Bryce Harper, Gunnar Henderson, Bryce Turang, and Bobby Wood Jr. Why is Goldschmidt here?
He was here last time, and they won for nostalgia purposes, obviously.
You're right. Roman Anthony, Byron Buxton, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Aaron Judge. And the designated hitter is Kyle Schwarber. So I might have underestimated Team USA because this is a crazy good team looking at it now. So obviously we have been proven wrong here on this episode. I came into this not expecting me to realize how good Team USA was. It's Team USA is obviously, I guess, a super team, and that's my fault for for doubting the Team USA. So let's end it off. We looked over all the teams, right, and we gave you really, really great insider information on them. So let's get on to the big deal here. So Zadar, who do you think is going to win the World Baseball Classic?
I think the World Baseball Classic is going to go to Team USA. Honestly, I think Judges are going to carry them, and also because the betting odds say so. Um, I think I'd give best odds to them, though I won't deny that another team could sneak out and beat the hell out of them because they've got good competition. You know, Mexico demolished them in that pool game last year, and Japan beat them last year in the finals. So you know, we really don't know who's going to take it. But if I had to put my money, I think I'd place it on this USA Super Team right now. Seems like a safe bet.
I feel like you're being very quiet on who I think is going to win. I could say like USA. It's either between me or USA or Japan, but I honestly have something else in mind. I think the Dominican
Oh,
Republic's gonna win it. I think that team is
ooh,
wholly stacked as well.
I missed that one. They are on another level.
And the
That's
crowd,
not even fair.
yeah, it's not even fair. So for me, it's between the USA or the Dominican Republic, but I feel like the Dominican Republic's gonna lock in the finals more than Team USA because I feel like USA has this like mentality that they're like really good, like they're like too good. There's literally no way they could fail, right? So
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna go with the Dominican Republic. That's gonna be controversial, but I think the Dominican Republic's gonna win the World Baseball Classic.
Quite a take.
I know.
uh, I do respect that though. You know,
Yes. So obviously, let's talk about Team USA, and they've had some recent scrambles lately against the Giants and the Rockies. And they decided that the San Francisco Giants were traitors to America as they decided to slaughter them for no reason. Um,
they they just strolled in and just beat the crap out of them.
yes, and then of course in against the Colorado Rockies, the United States decided that they were also threats against America after they sank Clayton Kershaw deep. after after Clayton Kershaw came out and got smacked around and gave up 2 runs. But they mercy
Yeah,
ruled them in 8 innings. So that Team USA team is no joke. But once again, they did beat down the Colorado Rockies and the Colorado Rockies prospects. So can we really be talking up about them like they beat someone great? I would be shocked if they didn't beat the Rockies in a mercy rule.
I
But
think if we face the Rockies in a couple of years, that would be a much different conversation. But that's a whole other episode.
yeah, well, really, the Rockies being any good in the future? They gotta get Nolan Arenado to be good in the future. But um, that's basically all we got about the World Baseball Classic. So I think we can get back to the actual MLB. Anything important that I missed? Oh yeah, we haven't talked about this, but the Padres are going crazy in the clearance aisle in free agency. The Padres are looking, and they decided, oh crap, we forgot to sign people in free agency, and they've decided that they need to sign people. And say, oh, who did they sign again?
Yeah, isn't it? They got like Nick Castellanos out of the bin from the Phillies.
They also got they got the guy from the Rockies, and they got a guy from the Dodgers, and they got another guy from the Dodgers, and but he didn't play for the Dodgers. He played
And
for the Braves because he was traded to the Dodgers to get another player from the Red Sox that is now still on the Dodgers and is not playing the World Baseball Classic. You know, all these people on the Padres now. So um, I think the Padres have this high risk, low risk, high reward situation. Um, Obviously they weren't gonna spend this off season because oh my god, they have some awful contracts on their books and they cannot afford to spend any money. And their manager low key quit on the spot last year, so I think this is probably what the best for business for the Padres. Oh, another thing. for in the baseball news, spring training is going on, but spring training is gonna probably quiet down a bit in news as the World Baseball Classic comes around. So I'll get this off out my chest, of course, to probably the people here, listeners. You probably play some video games, and of course, MLB The Show is coming out like next week, and hopefully we can have an opening night stream for you. I don't know, or the second we get the game, or I get the game, I'm gonna try and stream it here, and I want to give y'all the Desert on Deck experience with Mr. MLB The Show. So that's cool. Really a lot of fun stuff's happening this March. And of course, near the end of the year, end of the month, oh my God, it's finally here. Opening day will be here, as we'll brink, and opening day is gonna be here against the Giants and the Yankees. Ain't that fun, Zaydar?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Wait, sorry, did you just say the Giants or the Yankees?
Yeah, Giants Yankees.
Oh yes. Oh, this is gonna be so good after a long off season of waiting,
I know
and
it
then
feels like
warm it.
it feels long. I don't know why.
Then we warmed up with spring training, and now we're here, almost here.
Oh, well, it's almost here, and then of course that's gonna be fun. So obviously we've talked all we can talk about baseball, so let's get on with the sports. All right. So, basketball. They had this really cool retro broadcast. Did you see the retro broadcast game for the NBA? The
Nah,
Spurs versus.
I heard about it, but I missed it.
Oh man, it was pretty. Of course, basketball's happening. Hockey, the Olympics are sort of a lot of USA fans are still on the high of the really great like hockey. Oh my God, hockey was so fire in the Olympics. Really good. Team USA won, of course, and of course Fanatics and Nikes is selling again. We have to have a whole segment about like how bad Fanatics has gotten. Um, in racing, Tyler Reddick has repeated. So congratulations to Tyler Reddick. He's doing what his owner Michael Jordan would have wanted him to do, and F1 is coming back very soon on the 8th. So I know our buddy of ours is gonna be very excited for that, right, Zaydar? Our buddy of ours is she's gonna be pretty excited for that. So,
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
yeah, 100%. Then soccer, FIFA World Cup's also coming along, and then March Madness is coming along as well. So for any sports fans in general, it's just gonna be a great couple months coming up. But I think that's gonna do it for us here, right, Zadon?
Yeah, I think that covers up this episode today.
Yeah.
Should
So
be.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So sorry for it being kind of all over the place. You know, we really just kind of record these on the fly. We'll give you our personal opinions here. We read off all the rosters we could read out for the World Baseball Classics. Try to give you our personal opinions on these teams. And of course, we told you who we think is gonna win, and obviously, we're gonna try and give you some more news. And if you want more news, be sure to follow our socials in the description below. And we're gonna upload some new shorts, so check those out pretty soon. But I think that's gonna do it from us here. So God bless every single one of you. God loves you, unless you're a fat kid named Kennedy. So.
Yeah, we'll see you. Make sure to like and subscribe. You know, that's really good for us in the algorithm.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you next time.
Yep. Peace.
This has been the Desert on Deck podcast. Stay cool and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.